Yeah, be from the comment.
Maybe he is the comet.
A squib is such a comment. It's true.
He is like a bright star.
Why did they change my hero point handler menu and then make the window so big that the stop and submit button? I have to drag the window bigger to see that? Okay, reset hero points. And then I will take a breath and start the game in a few minutes.
Squib crying, looking up in the stars, like, I could really use a wish right now.
What kind of wish would Squib make if he could use that wish right now?
He probably asked for like 2 or 3 more of himself. Help out.
It's so real.
I don't know why.
We gotta stop this simulacrum nonsense. It doesn't work anymore.
I don't know why I thought I would ask for anything else.
You can't stop the Gob Squad. He's right.
Yeah, you know.
Every conversation is bookended by Squib agreeing with Squib.
Yeah, and surprised he's agreeing with himself, even though it should be like a no-brainer that he has the same thoughts and opinions.
In Fat Wolf, you can play as a squad.
It's true.
There we go. Come 3 goblins in a trench coat when trying to hide our numbers.
Wow, the GM lets you have 3 goblins?
Your GM lets you have 3 goblins.
Squib's a kobold, I could ask for 3, and I think I'd get an instant approval.
I was resisting. I felt myself going into the voice.
Go on, do it for the class.
I need to... No, I'm not doing the voice for the class.
Oh, okay.
Do
You're
it
the
for
only
me
one
then.
who knows the meme. Although Bookie needs to see those videos at some point.
Oh my god, you do need to show Bookie all of the fucking Suna videos. Jesus Christ. Of course it's Erasma!
Whose would it be? Anyways, I love that girl failure.
Alright, let me grab my GM notes. Fuck.
So I can say this, while I am not from Talam Kran originally, she does have ties there, so.
Ooh.
Close enough.
Yeah, I should pronounce all of the planets for you because I've noticed some creative spellings. Talakran is the upper left planet. Apershi is the upper right planet. Marcia Bay is the bottom left planet, and Amayuria is the bottom right. So, with that said, though, I think we can get started. And, at least for all of our viewers, we do have a new player who will be joining us, Dr. Dino Crusher.
Polite applause, not MP3.
I will be introducing her character next week, so hello wall that shouldn't be there. Yes, I will be introducing her character next week, but she will be in to watch tonight. So, with that said, who would like to recap from a couple weeks ago for a hero point? I can give you a hint, there was a bar fight.
Oh, absolutely. But before the bar fight, there was an extremely important research montage.
True.
That there was.
Now,
And do you remember-
we did kind of devote a lot of attention to it, but sorry, what was you asking?
Oh, no, go on. I was just going to say, that, ask what you learned, but I'd like to hear the summary first.
Well, certainly. Well, I don't know by what power I succeeded at finding this stuff, but first we did some online research and then went out into meat space, paper space, whatever you want to call it. And against all odds, found a little library that had the books we needed, featuring some interesting history. Not going to go into that quite yet, but then there was a bar fight. And that was the rest of it.
Robot.
Yeah, so there was a bar fight. I'll go ahead and give you the hero point. Defaults to random character when timer expires. Why the fuck is there a timer?
It was a very accurate bar
second.
fight, and nobody missed any of their rolls.
Yeah, of course.
So
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, so the purpose of the bar fight was that we weren't actually there to fight a bar or anyone else in a bar. We were actually there to see, I believe his name is Marty.
Yeah.
Seed's person that he knows. And unfortunately, there were some assassins there to make an attempt on his and by proxy ours life.
Rogoff fallen.
It was crazy. There was like a karmic person. There was like a robot that got hacked like 5 times by different parties, and
Man,
it
that
crashed
poor-
through the bar.
That poor fucking robot, and then it got exploded in the end.
Damn shame. Well, it was about to kill a bystander. We couldn't do that.
Sapphire expended an astronomical amount of magic to save a bystander's life, and that's kind of on character for her.
It was
I
dope.
agree. But that's the highlights, I think.
Yeah, and you also said you had some research, so... do you remember what exactly you learned?
Yims. What was it that Sapphire got, first of all?
Sapphire got a lot of stuff that's kind of reinforcing the theory that perhaps this whole Yimyar thing in this church may be some sort of veil for some other shenanigans going on about some ancient split dead god. But, it's fine and totally normal, and she's not worried about that at all.
I gotta agree. Now,
A
personally,
church would never do sketchy shit.
No.
Right?
never. I mean, it just wouldn't happen. What are you talking about? But I did some research on, of course, Sapphire was doing some research on Yimyar, her deity, and I was doing some research on Ruach, who is sort of my deity, and found some extremely fascinating material on possible appearances of Ruach. It kind of in corporeal form, doing deeds and so on. It's a little difficult to find out how much credence to lend to any of that stuff, but it is at least very interesting to see some stories of possible manifestations of Ruach.
Very good. So, with that, I will take us back for that little refresher to Padfoot Pete's.
We now return to the crime scene.
Quib also did research and found out that Chimchar is a big fire monkey, actually.
True.
All right. So we have just ended a big encounter. There is still smoke in the air. There are scrap heaps of the droids the robots that tried to attack you. There is the suspiciously familiar and highly deadly model bouncer that is collapsed, destroyed in the bar. Sieg's Tuit is behind the bar. The bartender has just stood up, has both of his hands on his head, and is looking at the destroyed bar and is just distraught. Marty is on the ground after almost being stabbed by one of these assassin droids.
Sapphire's going to turn back to see. I think your friend has some explaining to do.
All the
Oh,
bystanders, right?
Isn't this par for the course?
I mean, it is for us, but not for your random friend.
So
Yeah, they, not us, did a very big number on this bar.
So Marty kind of stands up slowly, and he's just like, "Hey, who we trying to pin blame on here? I mean, I didn't know I was gonna be followed." And he's kind of like got both of his hands up in front of him a little bit, like, you know.
I mean, there's no need to pin blame.
Ah, good. That's a relief.
I feel as though the victim of an assassination attempt is not the one at fault.
And he kind of
Now, unfortunately,
sidesteps
there is
around.
no one here to take accountability.
He steps around the robot and he goes, "That's all right." And he kind of claps you on the shoulder. He goes, "My man, see, very reasonable, very agreeable."
Those are strangers' two strongest traits.
But we still
Please
would like
don't
some
touch me.
answers.
It may be dangerous.
Because I feel like we're kind of missing some context for what these people are. And part of it's because I feel like I zoned out for weeks, but it's probably only been moments. That happens sometimes. But tell us what you know.
What I know, and the bartender goes, not in my bar anymore. Out, all of you, out. I appreciate you saving things from getting worse, but hey, no more attracting attention here. Get out of here."
Yeah, that's reasonable.
By all means.
I cannot blame you.
And like as you are walking in, some police officers, it's the wrong model, kind of walk in and look past you as they walk by.
Oh,
Okay.
I guess that's what I hit. Okay, let's go. Let's leave.
Oh, Sapphire walks out and she sees the hole that she bored through the wall of the bar and the other bouncer that is now dead from her thermal lance earlier. The robot, of course. The scrap is just lying outside with a big hole in it.
Great shot, boss.
It would have been if that's what I was aiming at.
Oh, terrible shot.
Thank you.
Alright, so you're all leaving Padfoot Pete's.
It took you long enough. Do you have somewhere that you are less likely to be assassinated?
Honestly, I'm not sure about that.
Take it from us. Do not use public transport.
Sapphire shudders a little.
Alright, so you all just kind of walk out through the city, I assume. Unless there's somewhere in specific you want to go.
I'm hoping Marty has an idea of where to go. Well, if he's from some big important family, he has some big important family
Actually,
property.
if we want somewhere quiet where we can sit and talk and also get some good food, I know a place.
Oh, you know what? I'm morbidly curious to see what the Outworld is, see what the Amurian princess got in mind. No offense, ma'am. But
It's the best, I promise.
Boss, just to make sure it's not another pizza joint, because we did almost get attacked by ghosts in
No,
an
no, it's
alternate.
seafood.
Oh, okay.
No ghosts
That
here,
wasn't real
probably.
anyway.
Oh
Maybe.
yeah, I can't recall being attacked while eating seafood, so I think that's probably a good call.
I don't know. There was that one time
Sapphire wants to lead them
on the
to
beach.
that, like, hole in the wall place she went to where she picked up the fish for Rose. What feels like years ago at this point. It was actually like 3 weeks ago.
that's probably a month or two ago. Yeah. Yeah. Give me a sec to come up with a rep for this.
Understandable.
Well, we'll do this Theater of the Mind on hand for it, but you remember it was out kind of towards the Green District, halfway between like downtown. I'll put a little map marker for you.
Mhm.
So it was right about here. Actually, yeah, around there. And we update the text on this real quick. Oh, thanks, Sudan.
He's helping.
So this is Pete's popcorn shrimp. It's just a different Pete.
Mm-hmm.
Does Pete own everything in this place?
Well, no, it's a different Pete.
Does a Pete own everything in this place?
Maybe. Now that you mention it, I didn't inquire with that library keeper. Perhaps they too were named Pete.
The name of the stand is Fresh Catch Coral Incrustations, and it was on one of the major roads that leads out towards the ocean. That you remember, Sapphire. It was a little east of downtown.
Yeah.
Alright, so y'all gonna make your way down towards that side of town?
Yes.
Yeah, let's make our way downtown and walk fast.
You should definitely trust Sapphire's opinion in a town she's been to once.
I totally agree.
Alright, you all walk through this area of town, and you make your way down towards the Fresh Catch Coral Incrustations. And you as you push open the door, and someone says you can take a seat anywhere, and I assume you all kind of find like a booth somewhere to talk.
Somewhere in a
Well, those
corner.
corner tables. Yeah.
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 All right, there's
yeah.
a corner table. Yeah, and he goes, "Oh, this menu's not bad. All right, let's see what we got here." Anyways, so you said you all got some questions here. We all want to talk some more, something.
Well, let's start with who would want to assassinate you?
Okay, actually, I'm gonna see if I can find like a quick bar or something. It might be fun to have a little map for this. Give me 1 second. Chipacula just released a cool map for this too. So I'm like, I want to use this.
Squib will helpfully add. Also, if it's easier, you can tell us who wouldn't want to assassinate you.
Hopefully that list is longer.
Nah, I don't have to set up. I'll set it up for next time. I mean, tensions back in Lapicia gotta be pretty high. I didn't expect anyone to put a hit out on me, if I'm being honest with y'alls. Now, things are usually a little uneasy and a little where's the word to put it?
Deadly.
A little rough. No, not deadly. Actually, back home, for the most part.
Oh.
I mean, people don't get along. I think the problem is that they are. And more than ever, we're getting better and better trade with the people of Sulune. And I mean, as well as Sigir would know, that's off-putting. You need a little friction somewhere, and it's given me the vibe of, something going a little too well,
Like one of those where if there's some rambunctious kids and they stop making noise, that's when you should be worried.
Yes, you get me, brother. You get me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a kid, but it's kind of the, I think, thing people apply to me.
What? You gotta be like in your 30s or 40s, man. You look great for your age, I'm sure. You don't look like a kid.
Thank you.
People have never seen a goblin before? Damn.
Seems like it sometimes. No respect.
Ugh. They're probably green with envy when they see you, brother.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't know, and I just... people like to stick to our... we'll say the usual ways of been doing things. Have people who are otherwise pretty strong-willed, keep, having a new change of heart, and I'm not saying I'm out here wanting to start a war or anything, or people shouldn't get along. That's great, but it just feels artificial and manufactured, and I'm seeing people stray from them. It's almost like they've been replaced out there,
Body snatched?
Oh, maybe.
When did you start noticing people, as you say, acting like they've been replaced?
Ooh, I'd say it's kind of been working up in the past few months, and I feel like in the past couple weeks it's got real bad. And they're rolling out all these new tech for improvements and stuff, and it's just that ain't how things work around there,
Either way, things must be bad if people are trying to, murder you with assassins in a bar.
I mean, yeah. Like I said, people been dissenting against this change. Just keep ending up disappeared or resigning from their position and stuff like that. It's just it's weird.
Smells a bit fishy. That could be the restaurant. But...
Everything smells fishy there by comparison. You don't smell it underwater as much, though. I find that's more of a Padfoot saying. He has this really kind of like hearty laugh when he says that, and he kind of glances at Sieg.
Sieg's kind of just lost in thought.
What do you think Sieg's thinking about at this point?
He's thinking about what the enemy, I don't remember the specifics on what that person was, said in the middle of the fight. Something to the extent of the scion of Lazuli must not return to the hegemony.
They did seem to recognize Sieg and call him out during that.
He isn't sold on them being there to assassinate Marty.
Ooh, interesting. All right. Let's see. Here's a map. All right, 1 second while I get this up. Sorry.
Quib's just musing in the background about the possibility of him asking for a live lobster to keep and the odds of the party letting that happen. He's estimating low chance.
Squid can have a lobster. Squid wants a lobster.
Keep him in the ship.
You can name him Lobby.
Lobby the lobster.
All right, y'all
there's
go pick a table
there's
and
always-
move you around it.
But there's always the option for more research, looking at what a scion of Lazuli is. Hmm. Not really a 5-person table, is there?
No, I threw this together pretty quick.
Quib will have taken a high chair that he didn't realize was clearly like a booster seat for a kid and sitting at the end.
Goblin chair.
Like a goblin chair. See, I love that.
You know, I bet I have an extra seat here. Hold on. The power of being a GM is you just grab one of your tiles folder and get an extra chair for someone. I don't have a single fucking chair in my Vermilia folder. What the fuck?
Incredible.
I'm glad we found this goblin chair though, because it would have been a tight fit otherwise for the 5 of us.
Oh, that's a bit.
It's you.
Whoa.
Yeah, you watch someone come and bring up.
Could you imagine if we had to sit 5 of us around a table more often? Huh? Looks at the camera.
It is a weird number.
Right.
But perhaps the
Anyways.
perfect number.
And after they bring you a chair, someone says, your server will be with you shortly.
Thank you.
Okay. So as you're talking, he says, he goes, look, I'm just saying things have been kind of weird. And like I said, it's something just external, you know? And you see, as you're kind of talking, you see a woman come up in a, like, kind of uniform. And you walk up to the table, and you haven't really noticed her yet. And she just says, what can I get for? Oh, for goodness sakes! And you see a familiar face as the waiter. It's Ophelia. What can I get for you?
Sapphire's just in the corner, just like silently waves with a smile.
Oh, hello, stranger who we have never met under any circumstances in our lives before, especially not ones under duress and strife.
Sorry, what was that?
Stranger kicks Squid.
And you notice something seems to kick Squib. If you notice, and goes, sorry, just My foot slipped.
Ow, that's okay. You sell lobsters? I'm sorry, no.
Oh, that's right. We do sell lobsters. And she just has, like, you can see, like, she's trying to force a grin on. She was like, what in the seven hells are y'all doing here?
We're still not quite sure yet.
Good. Then we've never met.
Of course, we just want some food.
Perfect. That's wonderful. And she writes down, you see her write something down. So that's one lobster. I'm sorry, did you want it alive or served?
Oh, no, alive, yes.
I
You have like a
had a
bowl.
feeling, yes. Okay, and she looks at the rest, and Marty goes, I'll have the seafood scampi. And he goes, alright. And she just kind of, you know, that's what kind of what the rest of everyone wants to eat. There's a seafood place.
Marcian clam chowder.
Marcian clam chowder.
I will have the Sulian seaweed.
Sulian seaweed. And she kind of repeats everyone's orders as she's taking them. And for you, sir? And she looks over at Stranger.
Just water for me, thank you.
There's water everywhere on the damn place. Alright, just water for you. Alright, I'll be back soon with your dishes. Thank you for your orders. Then
Thank you.
As she walks away, Sapphire casts message. It's good to see you.
Sapphire, you hear a reply. And she goes, be honest. Why did you follow me?
We didn't actually.
Just wanted to start over. You want to settle things? It gets me after shift.
Well, it's good to see she's still alive.
We should probably tip like 30% or something. That might
Yeah, we should.
Oh,
smooth things over.
Marty looks over and goes, that lass a friend of yours? Think you'll introduce me?
You know, would be. No.
Question, what's your type? Is it... It's got to be a little specific.
People, not parts. I ain't got
Yeah,
much of a type. I
that's what I
I
mean,
like
though.
who I like, you know?
You like people that are perhaps duplicitous. In a
What?
fun way. Don't worry about it.
Are you trying to come on to me, laddie?
No, I'm only interested in the lobster, but thank you.
I see. Alright. So... It sounded like you all had some more things that you wanted to ask for details to Marty about. Is that correct? Or...
Look, I'll be honest. Marty, to let you in on a little group dynamic secret, most of us, and by most of us, I probably mean mostly me, not politically savvy or sound, so I'm trusting Sieg a lot, that Sieg's trusting you a lot, to kind of point us in the right direction here.
Huh.
You were the one who asked for our help.
Yeah, of course. I need someone to help me look into this. Why are things... Oh, look, okay, I'll be frank. I think someone's trying to subtly take over and change the culture here. Someone's trying to plan something. I mean, we still got plenty of people who feel like we never settled the score with the Ambiurians. We feel like everyone feels fractured. They want to make some little play for world domination. I mean, there's a lot of ulterior motives that could be, and I just don't know what they are.
Sapphire looks at the camera.
Hey,
The camera.
and you do see there's a little security camera in the corner. And as you look at it, it pans right back to you. And you feel like the camera's making eye contact with you.
So I think somebody is bringing up old grudges then.
I don't know if that's the thing. I haven't rolled it out yet. I mean, it's possible. It is possible. It's also possible someone's just stirring shit in chaos. It's also possible this is actually organic and I'm just out of the times, but
It's also possible this is all a simulation.
oh, that's
No, it's
deep,
not.
lady.
We've already been in one. Why is it not possible?
It's just too unlikely.
I need that token for something. Hold on.
Look, I've had enough of being someone's little character on their little game board to do whatever they want with, okay?
Well, if that's the case, we should fix it.
I'm sorry, but I need to reboot. We'll be back shortly.
Okay, wait. Does stranger need to reboot or your computer?
It can both be true.
Me, myself, in real life.
Stranger makes a little Windows boot noise.
Let me know when you're good to continue then.
And thus the world is paused.
Yeah, I guess we'll wait for Bookie to come back.
Contemplate.
It's okay. This gives me more time to modify the guard doge into something more powerful.
Goodness.
But we can't get into a fight every time we enter an eatery.
Let's take this time to consider our past deeds.
Are we gonna have to ban eateries as well as public transit?
Aw.
Alright, well, in the meantime, I was actually telling Dr. Dano Crusher, this party has gone through so many vehicles.
Yeah.
Like, not the parties, but specifically every time the party has gotten near a vehicle other than their ship, it has ended up exploding, and that's of no fault of their own. There he goes.
It's a little fault of our own sometimes.
It's like those old build engine FPS games where I'm like, oh, cool, a train. I can't wait to see how we blow it up.
Okay, I'll take that off just for a second so it doesn't confuse anyone.
Squib's eager to help, but the problem is it's like he's being presented with someone who's like, look at this chessboard. I think the other person's cheating, and he doesn't know the rules to chess. So he's like,
I apologize for
right.
the delay. I did not expect a player to reboot in the middle of game. Please stand by.
Clip's just happy to be here.
exactly. He's trusting in his friends. They're smart. They know what this is probably about.
I just need to keep my narrative on track when Wookie comes back and not forget what I'm supposed to tell the party.
Do not be distracted by the thought of lobster. The crustacean temptation, as they say.
I mean, there is a spell in Starfinder to turn things into crabs, so you could probably turn into a lobster if you really wanted to. I do that when I'm outside for too long. I'm too white for that.
Feel that one.
What's outside?
That's where they launch rockets.
True.
Welcome back.
There we go. Yeah,
Wibbles.
performance issues on this tiny map with nothing on it, so it's just like something is wrong.
Ah.
Overclocking the goblin.
Alright. Marty goes, well, like I said, if I could ask for all y'all's help. I'd really just like if all y'all can come to Papacia with me and maybe do some snooping around and seeing if we can figure out who's responsible for all this.
Ooh, snooping?
Might be
Boss, I
some
wanna snoop.
snooping, might be some fighting.
We're mostly pretty good at both of those.
Can we snoop? Please, 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 please.
You can snoop, Squib.
Yes.
And the reason I went out to all y'all's in particular is one, he's my buddy going way back, and two, like I said, if there's something above the waves at fault here, if anyone's gonna know about it, it's gonna be Siegsty.
He's pretty
Sapphire
smart.
snorts a little at the nickname.
Now, you know I never spent much time on the ground.
Yeah. I mean, what's Sieg referring to as on the ground there? Like just under the like.
On the surface.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. He goes, yeah. I mean, but you always had a knack for things coming in, you know? New tech, new folks, new contacts. You were pretty well connected. I mean, and he kind of like looks away from Sieg. He goes, I mean, tell it to the guy born with the silver spoon in his mouth. I mean, pretty big shot here. Compared to me, anyway. Guy knows his stuff.
Yeah, don't be humble, see?
Sieg does not dignify this with a response.
And he goes, anyway. I mean, me and Zeke are probably gonna be pretty good, but the other three of you gonna be alright under the waves for a while. You can probably stay at my place and work out of there. I got a nice guest bedroom. It's more like a guest basement, but you know.
A guest basement sounds wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. As long as there's a dry place to sleep, Yeah, I'm not the.
Oh
sleeping
yeah, I
off
got
in the
one.
waves.
I cashed in for one of those draining chambers.
Works for me.
Well, a basement has fewer lines of sight from which to be shot by snipers.
Sapphire just turns to Stranger and blinks a few times. I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And he goes, man, you guys say I'm one paranoid about being assassinated. Look at this guy over here, thinks there's always a gun on him. He's probably smarter than me, though. Let's be real.
The stranger gives him a look.
Considering the events of today, it's warranted.
Alright, as you're talking, you notice Ophelia coming back, and she sets up a little tray with everyone's meals. And she passes them out, and as she does, she then reaches back and produces a live lobster and drops it on Squib. Squib, I need a reflex save.
What? That's not lobster. That's clearly a guard doge.
In disguise.
Okay. The lobster drops on you, clacking. Its pincers have not been restrained. And you manage to catch it on the body, and you can feel it kind of wiggling a bit, but it looks at you happily.
You're beautiful.
Oh, you made a friend.
Squib takes a bowl on the table and fills it with some of the various other water cups without really regard for who was drinking from it. Then puts the lobster in the bowl. There you go.
And Ophelia says, if you need anything else, please don't hesitate to let me know.
Thank you.
And she smiles, and it's like a very forced smile, and disappears back downstairs. And the lobster's very
Very content to give up my water cup because I didn't want anything anyway.
Basically what I will say is if you want to buy a permanent item that is like a rebreather, it'll allow you to breathe underwater as necessary, allows you, basically will give you assisted movement underwater. Obviously environmental protections will, stop you from drowning underwater. That helps recycle these, helps with movement. Removes most of the underwater restrictions, and will count you as having a fly speed of 20, 25 feet. And we'll say this probably will run each person about 2,000 credits. Seek, you don't need one since you already can, have a swim speed, I believe. Otherwise, can function perfectly fine underwater. So we'll say it gives you a swim speed of 20 feet. Other underwater restrictions, like not being able to deal fire damage and things, otherwise apply.
Diesel could never.
What was that, Bear?
Diesel could never deal with that. Yeah, I would gladly pay the 2,000.
Yeah.
Sapphire can't afford that shit.
Yeah, we'll go down to the local tourist traps and pick up some rebreathers for
We
him.
would also like to purchase a tank and some supplies for the lobster. Another 200 credits on top of that.
Yeah, we'll say, you know what? They kind of notice who you're with, and they're gonna give you a discount. So looking at your boss there, the whole package will actually run you about 220.
Perfect. I'll take the 2,220 out of my inventory right now.
For the rest of you, including Sapphire, you are aware that they just upcharged Squib because of Sapphire.
That checks out.
Fucked up.
Do you want to name your lobster? Because I'm adding it to the party pals list.
Lobby.
Bobby. I'm beginning to think I should maybe conceal my identity a little while we're here.
Yeah, people don't like your folk around here. No offense, ma'am.
I mean, I didn't do anything.
The prejudice will increase under the sea.
Remember the
Yeah.
Remember how everyone hated goblins when we were in that one place before? I get it. I get it, boss.
Is Sapphire actually poor?
What?
Oh yeah, she is. Damn.
Sapphire's so poor.
She spent all her monies.
All right. Well,
Let's see.
Well, I can.
If this, whatever this is, gives you a like fly speed of 20 feet, that's not actually any better than swimming.
what? No, it's not actually giving you a fly speed. We're gonna consider on the maps that it's like having a fly speed because you'll be moving that way.
Like if it's a swim speed of 20, that's as far as I can swim without.
Don't you have to make a check to swim though?
Yes, but you usually get an automatic critical success.
Your arms will be less tired.
Sure.
Okay, you're also off guard unless you have a swim speed, so. You also have a -2 circumstance penalty to attack rolls for bludgeoning and slashing attacks that pass through water. These are the kind of things that this item would offset. I mean, you don't have to buy it if you don't want to, but
I'm buying it.
Sapphire, for the first time in a long time, is going to drop her glamour.
also I heard that Sieg was going to buy some of these items for other people in the party. Who?
Oh yeah. So you can go down to the local tourist traps and pick out decent rebreathers.
Okay. All right, you go down to one of the local tourist traps, and someone at one of the stands looks at you and is like, "Gift for an outworlder."
Indeed.
And you see the price tag that's labeled 2,000 credits. He goes, "Call it easy at 1,500. Sound good?" That's just the materials.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume that sounds like an okay amount.
Yeah, you so if you want, you can give me like a society check if you think he's like full of shit based on what you would know. But at a baseline, it does seem like he's being kind of earnest, giving you a discount.
1,500 is much better than the normal item for this.
What's the normal item for this cost?
Diver's Gloves Moderate, which is a level 9 item that costs 6,500 silver.
Yeah, that checks out. In short, I don't want to penalize the party too much, but I do also want to give emphasis that Sieg picked an aquatic species and we're in an aquatic area, so would want to confer benefits. Anyway, and so 1,500 is a good price, and that you saw an ad for these earlier for $12.50.
I'm good with the 15.
Okay.
He turns back to the party. And how many do we need? And he wasn't sure whether someone wanted to not go with it.
It sounds like Sapphire needs to be covered.
One each for all of us.
I can't.
already
I'll
got,
cover, I'll cover Sapphire if she can.
No, I'm gonna buy Sapphires because I don't have to buy one, and she's broke.
Squib already got baited into buying one along with the lobster gear, so you can forget about it.
Indeed.
Which is hilarious, probably to see.
So Steve will purchase 2, and give one to Sapphire and Stranger.
You as Stranger goes to purchase it for Sapphire, the guy for a second asks like, "Okay, 2,000 for you," and then he kind of like sees a glance from like Marty and maybe Sieg. It was 1,500. Yeah. Guy thought he was about to make a quick buck, and then realized you're all together.
It's also kind of why I was thinking I was just gonna buy them both and have Stranger give me back the money.
That's what I thought was happening also. But hey, whatever.
But I hand the rebreather to Sapphire.
Thank you.
What is this thing actually?
Basically, I'm picturing it as like something that kind of clips onto your back and helps with underwater movement. Can help like recycle air if you need it. Kind of like mostly helps, sort of like a assistive spacesuit, but for the ocean.
Makes sense to me. Oh, I wonder if there's an armor upgrade for this. Probably not. They're a little low on them.
Yeah, it's probably just not been out because this came out. The Diver's Gloves came out in an Adventure Path, so it probably just hasn't had time to make an armor upgrade.
Makes sense.
They also make communicating underwater a lot.
Ooh.
I'm gonna stop by the ship first so I
see
can
it.
drop off lobby, or unless you could stay at your place. But
So we have one for Sapphire, and who else was getting one?
Me.
Okay,
And then Squib already has one.
I bought one earlier.
Squib bought one earlier.
Well, you mentioned it was like 2,000, and I paid 2,220 for the overpriced kit and lobster gear.
Oh, okay, that's perfect. Yeah, okay.
I mean, the lobster's presents.
Yeah, no, that makes
Sure.
absolutely perfect sense. Okay, I missed that, and that is on me. All right, so it seems like you all have the appropriate gear. What did you want to do with Lobby? Do you want to bring Lobby with you, or do you want to drop Lobby at the ship? You do have a few friends in town. You also have a potential enemy in town.
I'm gonna, if everyone's cool with pit stopping. Well, actually, they're still repairing the ship, aren't they? So we're gonna. Marty, is it okay if I leave my new friend here at your place while we solve this?
Oh, I would be honored to have Lobby, but it's gonna be a big trip out to Lapicia. Keep an eye on the little buddy.
Yeah, no, I will. I'm so good with that. Probably.
Okay. So everyone made their way out this way a little bit for like shopping. Oh, I gotta add Lobby to the map. Lobby.
We're so back. We're so back.
All I can think of is the "Let's all go to the lobby."
Oh no. Hi. So how do you all want to get to Lapicia?
Now, does Marty have a suggestion?
Does Marty have a private boat?
A private boat? You think I'm rich out here? I fucking swam out here, Missy.
Well, I don't think most of us are capable of swimming back.
be convenient if someone had some kind of ship or something, but you know, we can always maybe take a boat out.
How far away is? Actually, there might be a map that I can just look at.
There is a map you can just look at.
Indeed, I can see it. Okay, that looks pretty far away.
Mhm.
Is there like a boat rental or something we could peruse?
Is there a landing platform
You should not
for
have a.
spacecraft?
You should not have a hero point, Sapphire. I'm sorry.
No.
They updated my hero point handler.
It's different, and we hate it.
Yeah. Sorry. Can you repeat your question? I'm so sorry about that.
Certainly. Is there a landing platform of some kind for spacecraft out in Lapicia?
No. It's under the water.
That makes sense. Well-
This is notably one of the many reasons that the Amurians failed to colonize Marcia Bay.
Owned.
Yeah, rip.
I guess. Well, we can't take our ship then, so we'll have to commission a craft.
You could probably take your ship if you have one of your friends fly it back. But you would still have to swim down to the ocean floor. You could commission a public transit. Or perhaps a private transit.
There we go.
A public transit just.
What's the worst that could happen?
Hey, this campaign started with private transit blowing up, so really nothing's safe.
I know that was pretty public. There was a lot
I
of
mean,
people
it
on
was. Yeah, I mean, it was a commercial flight.
Yeah. Alright, so what path does the party want to go?
I mean, there has to be regular travel to Lapicia. There's no way there's not. So,
Yeah, there's. We can all.
what's that gonna cost us?
Why doesn't somebody feel like performing a society check and figure out where they want to go? It's how they want to ask around for this. If you have an appropriate lore or maybe a diplomacy, I would accept that too.
They're just
I
going
would
to
just
charge
ask
me like
Steve.
2,000 credits to go.
See, you do remember there is a regular ship that a commercial subaquatic flight that will take you about halfway out, and then it dunks into the ocean, and then it makes the rest of the journey underwater. This runs basically every other day. Today it seems to be running. And you remember the fare is pretty cheap at about 100 credits.
There's a nearby submersible for us to take.
Underwater. Boss, if you're short on cash, I can lend you. It's no problem.
I'm very short on cash.
I'll cover you. No big deal.
You know what, Squid? It's an inspiration that you're this excited about being underwater. I just hope it holds up.
I surely don't know what you would mean.
I don't either.
Alright, well, you all make your way out north. The building that has the submersible, it's basically a train yard. Sapphire, you would recognize that the architecture is rather Amurian. It's also a rather nicer building. You might surmise it's a recent construction. So you go in, and it asks for to swipe like an identification of some sort, either a fingerprint, a identification card, anything like that. Is anybody not going to do that?
I really got to become a citizen of somewhere.
Can one at a time, please? What did you say, stranger?
I said I really got to become a citizen of somewhere.
Maybe. Now, what'd you say, Sapphire?
Sapphire is concerned about swiping like some sort of ID here.
Sieg will go first.
Okay. It charges you 100 credits. It also prints out a meal pass. It gives you a meal pass for the travel.
Good will go next and then be ready to also pay for the boss.
Okay. You swipe an ID, and you get a similar for 100 credits, and it gives you a meal pass to pick out meals during the travel. However, it does ask for an ID for the second passenger.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Squib. It's going to charge you more. She swipes.
Okay, it increases the passenger, and the price does not change, and a second meal ticket is printed out. It says, "Welcome, Miss Vestige."
Oh no, it
Oh, wow.
knows.
That's kind of terrifying in some ways, but still, hey,
Yeah.
so I don't have ID. Like an instructional video. So you don't have ID.
So if you don't want to swipe an ID, it'll ask for a handprint and under a screen that says "Create new user."
Oh, no. Make sure
What
you
could
sign
go
Uh,
up for the
wrong?
newsletter, stranger.
When you
I
do
got
this,
no idea. Oh,
a
go
voice
ahead.
from the machine's like, suspicious. Anyway, proceed. And the machine talks to you, and it charges you 100 credits for the same as everyone else.
Last time the robots were talking to us, it was not a pleasant time.
Pay my fare. I got no idea what Stranger's like fingerprint situation is.
It doesn't either. You don't know exactly what the machine's
Who knows?
scanned. And then Marty swipes a pass.
Of course.
And he kind of looks at as he goes, benefits of having friends in high places. And you all make your way under the large submersible. There's about 40 people in total on this larger vessel. There's like a room with where you can basically put your ticket in a replicator and it will create a dish of your choice.
God have mercy on their souls.
And it departs. And you
You
know,
have an uneventful ride.
yeah, it's over the course of a few hours when you hear the cabin crew go, and please lock your seats and brace. We will be submerging. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you see the windows are covered by metal outside, and you feel a sinking feeling and a large splash. And then it fades back, and the windows open again, and you are under the water.
I wanted to watch. That's okay. This is still good.
This is so cool.
Have you ever been underwater, Zeke? Or Squib? Zeke, of course.
No. Luckily, I'm sure if I have any questions, Lobby here will comfort me. You know how this goes, right, little buddy?
Hello.
No.
How are you?
You feel like the lobby acknowledges you. And a lady with a large wig looks over at Lobby, and Lobby's with you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, oh, a pet lobster. I love a pet lobster. Oh, it's so cute. How old are they?
He's a rescue. I'm not too sure.
Oh, you're such a kind gentleman.
Oh, it's not. They rescue you as much as you rescue them. That's what they always say.
Such a kind soul. And this lady just kind of like chats with Squib for a bit until they let you know that you have arrived on the outskirts of Lapicia. This city is not so far deep under the ocean that like light doesn't penetrate down here. It's actually reasonably bright. It's a large city. You can see districts with like manufacturing, market districts, housing everywhere. There are large like towers built up into the city, definitely making use of the fact that it's underwater, and there's lanes that maybe wouldn't make sense in an above ground city that make perfect sense underwater. And Marty looks at you all and goes, oh, come on, I'll lead you to my neighborhood. I think Lobby's gonna get along great with my housemate.
This place is awesome.
Alright, So you swim along with Marty for a while, and you come to a that it's like a little alcove, and you see a large shell house in the distance. Let me go ahead and change scenes here. That's way too high. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Anyway, you guys can meet my roommate. And he kind of leads y'all. And don't forget lobby. I think y'all can move lobby.
We could never forget lobby.
Not move lobby.
All right.
Guard lobster.
Lobby.
How long was
Lobby.
the trip, by the way?
We just have like 4 or 5 hours. And then it's another maybe 40 minutes to Marty's neighborhood. Why do you ask?
We probably need to consider resting at some point to get some HPs back.
Yeah, we could say over the course of the trip, you probably had some time to heal everyone up if you wanted to do any like medicine checks. You also had time in town.
Yeah, it's been several hours, and Sapphire is continuous recovery and ward medic, so not ward medic, but continuous recovery, so it's easy enough to heal everyone.
Yeah, you can all say you're healed to full, and you could have done that while you're at, after lunch or something. And Marty's kind of looking back at you all, and as you round this corner, there is a large crustacean bustling out of the front door of his house. And he doesn't seem to have noticed.
I can't drag our lobby with me.
Don't see lobby anymore. There he is. I can move lobby.
I can.
I'm lobby.
Can I not?
Anyway, and Marty kind of swims over here, and he hasn't looked at his house yet, but he kind of puts his arms out and goes, "And this is my abode. It's actually a little deeper than it looks, but..."
Sapphire is like holding up a hand to ask a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Is that your roommate?
What, that Jeremy little guy? And he turns around. Holy jajibada! Jeremy, what the hell? And the crustacean kind of loudly, telepathically responds to everyone.
I am no longer the small pushover roommate. Now I am the owner of the establishment and the house.
How long have you been gone, Marty?
Yo, something ain't right with this little buddy.
Hello.
You guys gotta do something. And at that point, a claw reaches out and grabs Marty and flings him into some coral.
Oh my goodness.
He's knocked out. And you see the crustacean kind of beareth the rest of you. And we are going to go ahead and roll initiative.
Does anyone speak crab?
No.
Well, if Sakura was there,
Dang
Yeah,
it.
rip.
We don't want to fight.
I do.
That's okay. Well,
That's pretty definitive. Nice.
I am no longer baby. I want power.
All right.
Oh no.
Jeremy, you need to chill.
The water's pretty warm.
I feel like we're about to behold the power of pure water.
Anyway, Let's get started. Squib, it's your turn first.
Bobby, take cover. The nestle him like in the kind of the crevice here of this coral. Yeah.
Lobby runs and
No,
takes
even better.
cover.
I'll protect you, little buddy. How was our swimming speed? 20 is what you said?
Yeah. And Marty kind of blinks away, goes, "Can you guys help me subdue Jeremy? I don't know what the hell happened, man."
I would definitely not have my weapon drawn.
Squib's going to, which I should have started with ammo, so I'm just going to do that. But Squib's going to take, priority. He's in protective mode, so he's firing. He's straight up firing right away. Boom. Stay away from my friends and my lobster, and also Marty.
So keep in mind you'll be at half range increment because we're underwaters. So that is a miss.
Darn.
I wonder if I can set this as an aquatic map and see if that... Okay. I don't know if that'll actually change anything.
Squib's going to go move over here and reload along the way.
Okay. Stranger, it's your turn.
If I set my speed to swim, maybe that'll do something.
Yeah, I have it set to an aquatic scene, but I don't know that that actually will set anything. I think that's mostly for more environment types matter.
Maybe.
But if you set your type to swim, it'll estimate as if you're swimming.
Yeah, there's no way to give myself a swim speed, apparently. I thought I could.
That's weird. Interesting.
All right, Ellie, I'm very sorry, but I have some questions.
Yeah, what's up?
Can you fire an EAT underwater?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess it's not that many questions. How does this work underwater?
I'll say you can just... I'd say give me a flat d20. And I'll adjust if necessary.
What?
Or just a flat check.
Is it just a failure chance? Okay.
Not necessarily failure chance, but maybe how I might adjust the save DC or something if an enemy has an easier time dodging you because you're flying. And it's
I'm not super worried about that. How far can I go?
Oh, that's fair. We'll just say based on your swim speed, if that's okay.
This is kind of useless then.
Let me tell you about useless spellbook.
What on earth attacks does a giant crab have?
Pinch.
Maybe it can like spit. I will raise the walls, targeting Sapphire. And rather than the radiant, I will use Malice in the Mirror and become concealed. Then I'll swim over here.
Okay.
That's about it.
I'd say it's your turn.
All right, I will spawn the to it. Then I will spend an action to modify to increase damage, and then shoot the crab.
All right, give me an attack roll. It does suffer a. I'll say this is a volt thrower. I'll say it does not suffer the range penalty.
I believe my feat makes it so I don't suffer the range penalty regardless.
Oh, that's right. You're Talos. That's right. Haha, or
Ooh.
Kalos. Yeah, that's right.
That's super cool.
And you just picked that up recently. Anyway, that hits, so go ahead and roll damage. Oops. What the fuck did I do with the encounter tracker? Oh, I reversed the round. That's what happened.
You can do that.
lightning arcs out, and Jeremy takes some damage.
No, my turn.
All right. With a bunch of random furniture and stuff attached to him, he swims out to here.
I'd like to react to his movement,
You can react.
and I will shoot the crab.
Go for it. That's a hit. All right. And then reaches out with a big claw at Stranger.
That stuff. Could you roll for concealment, if it matters?
Oh, yeah, that's right. It might matter. I always forget the concealment. Thank you for the catch on that.
Yep.
And hits just fine.
It's okay, it doesn't crit me.
Indeed, because of your dermal plating and your raise the walls, you are not crit. You take 28 piercing damage as a big claw clacks into you. And then we'll go ahead and try to grab you. And critically succeeds, and you are restrained as Jeremy is grabbed Stranger.
Would concealment matter for that?
I don't know, because it doesn't. It's automatically a follow-up hitting a strike.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
I'm thinking in this case.
Let's just keep going.
Yeah, in this case, I don't think so. And that's the end of Jeremy's turn. Sapphire, it is your turn.
All right. Sapphire's gonna battle her way forward a little bit. 40 feet. Okay. She's gonna cast Wisp Ally on Jeremy.
Distracting was determined. Oh. We see. Yeah.
Little globes of light float around in front of Jeremy's eyes, just trying to distract him.
And you watch the giant crab's eyes bounce back and forth as it begins staring at the wisp. And it goes,
Not an enemy.
Understandable.
Your tricks will not work on the great Jeremy, the World Breaker.
Well, you already gave yourself a name. That's terrifying.
Yes.
Squib, it's your turn.
This guy's no Francois.
Check out this trick. She's going to step forward and do the wombo combo.
Check out this awesome move.
Start the melee hit.
All right. And your first hit collects against the debris.
I'm re-rolling it. We gotta start off better than that. I'm gonna start off, in fact, one worse than that.
Well,
And bounces off. messing up the cadence of your combo.
I'll just swing again, and this time maybe hit for real. Look at me. Go look at me.
All right, stranger, it is your turn, and you are restrained. Also, I forgot to add a hero point for everyone. So here.
Yay!
Okay. Okay, this is not an attack. Stranger kind of wriggles in Jeremy's grasp, and necrosis starts creeping up through the claw. Unleash Numa, Void. I need a reflex save from Jeremy against DC, I think it's 27. Let me check my fast DC. Yes, 27.
All right, so 23, so it fails. This takes 5d6 damage.
That's a very good damage roll.
It takes 27 damage. Yeah, that's almost max.
Right. And we'll use that to weaken his grasp so that we can slip out. And we'll attempt to escape with Azad.
Okay, so that is against. Let me grab the appropriate DC. Using athletics.
Right.
There's a check in chat for you.
Nice.
Oh.
I'll.
All right, get a hero point. That looks like, or no? You get. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Unfortunately,
at least it's not
that is also a critical fail. This is a giant colossal crab that is crushing you with its claw. That's very hard to get out of.
But this doesn't do anything. Critically failing this.
As far as I know, critically failing an escape check does not, but let me double check.
Well, regardless, that is the end of my turn.
You don't get free, and you cannot attempt to escape until the end of your turn. That's right.
Aha! I cleverly did it at the end of my turn.
That was smart, yes. All right, Sig, it's your turn.
Yeah, we're just gonna modify for damage and shoot it twice. Keep it simple.
All right. And this time your Volt Thrower hits Jeremy, but seems to not do any lasting damage. And the follow-up attack has the same effect. Alright, so Jeremy's going to spend an action to continue the grab. And then is going to begin crushing Stranger and constricting him. So I will need a Fortitude save for Stranger against this bludgeoning damage.
Think about it. It's like he's interacting with strangers, so clearly I should be able to attack of opportunity.
So you take 5 damage. I think I didn't scale that ability up.
Let's say that's pretty weak.
Yeah, let me go ahead and adjust that damage. You can take that back. 1 second.
Oh no. Oh no.
Wow, spoilers.
Huh?
It's a scaled up enemy.
It is. From whatever I stole it from. Alright, All right, there. Wait. Their save DC is also very wrong. Sorry, 1 second. Be when I forget enemies have to use abilities. Okay, there we go. So let me put a new DC back in chat against this damage, and that will be the correct save. Sorry about that. It's not a lot more, but
I don't know about resaving. That's a little much.
you can use your original save if you would like. It still is a failure. Yeah, that's true. I would have actually given you the original save. That wouldn't have been a fair call, but it still is a failure. I take 20 damage. And then for and this is going to go ahead with its other free claw. Heard Squib talking shit. And it's going to go ahead and strike at Squib. But you watch the claw slam into the ground and it kicks sand up everywhere. And doesn't hit you. Sapphire, your turn.
Missed by +0. Incredible. Get Angelic Halo up. God. 3 feet away, that's so far. Sapphire is just gonna to get over here. I'm coming, stranger.
This by +0 is terrifying.
Right?
On a 1, by
Look
the
at-
way.
It either hits
Yeah,
or
so that, but it has to be a 1, so it's a
Yep.
+26.
Yes. Oh, Squib, it's your turn.
we're redoing the combo, but this time I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Just do the combo, that's all I'm gonna say.
And you swing your multi-range matter displacer, and there's a bong that rings out as it bounces off a piece of metal attached to Jeremy.
Why is your shell so hard? I'm gonna swing again.
To give me the protection to destroy the world.
Just a dog rolling right now.
Look, there's no chance you're destroying the world no matter what you do. You might destroy us.
If I keep swinging, I will eventually break myself or you.
You need a gigantic one of those shell crackers.
Deal. I need a hull cracker from Ark or whatever.
Alright, stranger, you're still grabbed by Jeremy.
What? Who could have foreseen this?
Since it's an automatically extended one, though, you're not restrained, you are grabbed. I'm gonna dial, even though it's a critical success, I'm gonna say it dials down since it's automatically extended. Which is not as bad as being...
No, I'm allowed to attack, basically.
Yeah. Restrained is like you're... It's really bad.
I guess. I will strike. Crazy how this weapon. Oh wait, I can't. I've never drawn my weapon. I think drawing it is a manipulate, so I have to make a flat check.
That is correct.
So that's this.
As you try to reach for your weapon, you're able to slide it out from between yourself and Jeremy's claw.
With the preamble taken care of, I will strike. Crazy how this thing has 2 modes and they are bludgeoning and slashing. Honestly, I feel like the cryo scythe should get the penalty too, because it's just slashing with an ice blade.
Alright, which damage are you dealing?
This is slashing.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage. That is a solid hit.
Yep.
And especially in this case, I would say you would be flanking. You're both flanking Jeremy now, if you're able to make attacks.
All
Or
right.
you are with Squib.
How resistant are you? Not.
Resistance. What is that?
I mean, forgive me. Your shell is just so thick and impressive.
Compliments will get you nowhere.
I'll drain your life.
I'll drain yours back.
And you realize this might just be an empty threat. So you get... Oh, that's right. It's based on... This is the one based on your level. That's right.
That's based on the damage dealt, which is 22.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. The Radiant's the other part of it.
Yeah, I'm not using the radiant. I'm just going to extend my concealed status.
Yeah. That's fine. It's
That's it?
your turn.
Oh, I need to move my spark to scar the circle.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just gonna run it back, modify
Alright.
for damage, and shoot.
That works. Alright, and that is a hit. The 37 does manage to overcome Jeremy's armor class. For 24 damage.
6, 6, 6.
Not off guard to that strike, but this time holds up a claw and blocks the Volt. So spins an action, continuing to grab Stranger. And in this case... Actually, no. Yeah. Yes. Okay, I know how to play NPCs. We're good. Continues holding Stranger. And is going to go ahead and constrict again. So I'll need a Fortitude save as it crushes your body. This one in chat. Against 20 damage again. So this time you're able to push the claw open a little bit. And you only take half, so you take 10 damage.
The stained portion of skin on his back radiates power and pushes back the force.
And attempts to go ahead with its free hand and clack at you while holding you, but overshoots and strikes towards Sapphire.
Hey, stop. Shoot.
That sound effect.
Large claw, gong, and deals 22 piercing damage to Sapphire. And that's Jeremy's turn. You got bonged by Sapphire. Or by Jeremy Sapphire.
True. Did bonk myself. Alright. Sapphire reaches out, puts a hand on Stranger. Goes, okay, I don't know if this isn't gonna work. We're gonna try. And I am going to first use Confident Actualization, so I get to roll twice for the next skill check I roll, which is going to be for the counteract for sheer footing. I am here with the counteract rules again.
All right.
I'll check back in 15 minutes.
All right. Let's see. All right. So the counteract check is probably the one you click there. So it's a D20 plus your counteract modifier, which I assume is your spell modifier, versus the counteract DC, which is...
if it's a spell, it uses the spell DC, or it uses the...
In this case,
level.
it's... Huh?
Or it uses, like, the effect level effects level, like standard DC table.
Because I assume it's the DC of the effect, so it's going to be his athletics DC.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So you're rolling that against his athletics DC. So roll your counteract check.
And I get to roll it twice and use the better result.
That sounds good to me.
An actualization. So 31.
All right, 31. And counteracting effect. You are 2 to 3 levels lower than the target effect, so it is not counteracted.
Damn.
Also, it is a failure.
If it was 2 ranks lower, would it be counteracted?
If it counted as only being 1 above you?
Yeah. Yes.
No, because you still failed against the DC.
Okay, so it would still fail if it was 2 ranks lower.
Yeah.
Okay.
The DC is above 31.
Yeah. All right. Well, that didn't work. Okay. Good luck. You move away from Danger Claw.
I mean, being grabbed isn't so bad.
Oh, it's a... Okay, yeah, so you're a spell, too.
Yeah.
Alright, Squib, it's your turn. Can you free Stranger? Are you a bad enough dude?
Yeah, Squib, he takes a moment. He feels himself become one with the motion of the waves and the water that swirls around him, and he strikes out with his combo for the third and this time successful time.
Natural 20, right?
True.
Natural
Oh my
20,
God.
right? Alright, that is a 20 on the die. That is a critical hit. And I've got some news for you. There is a loud crunch as you break through some of the debris.
Not so tough now, are you, buddy?
And you watch Jeremy get knocked off balance as becomes clumsy and enfeebled from your crushing rune on your weapon.
Looking pretty bearable, I would even say.
Alright, and I'll need the follow-up, right, for the...
Yes, the follow-up, which I just want to check.
What does bearable mean?
That's
Right, you don't find out.
Yeah. If I free my friend here, you're gonna learn. To learn today. Okay, I'm striking. Second shot. I thought that was another 20 for a second.
That's a hit. Roll me some damage.
Some ones, but it's fine. Got a crit. I'm not gonna complain.
Yes, that's 6 damage.
Then we will reload. And we'll just take another swing just to see what happens. You know.
Hi, stranger. You are grabbed. Jeremy seems to be focusing on Squib now.
Fucked up. I'm sure we'll agree.
Mm-hmm.
I will rein in the power of, I am my scars, etc. I will regenerate some hit points, and I will wire some of those hit points to Sapphire.
Jeremy looks at you and is all kind of crushing a little bit. Goes,
Stop healing, that's cheating. I
Hey, now
will
you have plus
destroy
my AC to
you.
hit. That's getting pretty nice now. 20 is a nice number.
yeah, it's a good amount of healing.
Okay, I will move my spark to Barrow's Edge.
For
No reason.
reasons.
And then I'll strike.
Alright, give me that strike. And as a 19 on the die is a hit.
Oop, gotta check the box.
Alright, and your 28 damage is dealt to Jeremy.
Nice. what cool thing should I do with my last action?
Kickflip.
I'll attempt to intimidate Jeremy.
Okay. Give me the appropriate intimidation check. I assume this is demoralize.
Yes.
That is a failure.
Rats! Who could have foreseen this?
I am the World Breaker. You will not intimidate me.
Sieg, it's your turn.
Yeah, so we kept blasting. Modify, shoot.
I like this guy.
Shoot.
All right, and that's a hit.
But is he better than Lobby?
Whoa.
I will crush all of you, and then I will devour Lobby.
And
What the
your-
fuck?
Well, now you crossed the line.
And your attack hits and deals 24 damage.
That's too far, buddy.
Alright, how long does the crushing wound last? Until the end of your next turn. Okay. Releases Stranger and turns to focus on Squib with the big claw.
Well, now he gets bored of holding you.
For a 44 to hit.
He's so-
For 50 damage.
Jesus.
I'd like to cast Protector Sacrifice.
Okay.
Squib's fine.
Comical
Yeah,
squeaky
totally.
noise plays when he grabs me.
Not even half his health.
Squeaky noise. Okay, that prevents 15 damage and I take 30 damage.
So Squib, you
You
heal
can use
for...
that to heal yourself.
Go for 15.
And then goes and pulls back and once again just bludgeons at Squib.
Oh, not talking mad shit now, are ya?
Oh, jeez.
I love that effect.
And crits you
Just jump
again
you.
for a 38 hit. And you take 66 damage.
Quib replies with a mouthful of blood.
I'm coming, Squib.
And pulls back one more time. And just attempts to beat the shit out of Squib.
Like,
Now it only has a mere plus 16 to hit.
And this 34 is only a regular hit.
Thank goodness for that.
what?
For 38 damage.
I'm gonna fall asleep now.
And you watch Jeremy turn. And just in 3 rapid successions, with its biggest claw, just bludgeons Squib lifeless. Who's
Change
now
the world.
unconscious.
The first one falls.
Sapphire, it's your turn.
I'm coming, Squib.
Do you want to get him or should I?
It's okay, I got him. Sapphire's gonna cast heal on Squib. So many spells. Yeah. Live, little goblin buddy.
Right, and Squib is healed for 63, and you see your gun kind of just floating in the water in front of you.
Jeremy, we need to talk about your manners.
I can feel again, which is both good and bad.
I set the manners. I will set the rules for society as the supreme leader. This otherworldly power has made me immortal.
If you don't mind, could you tell me a little more about this otherworldly power?
No,
It's very
I'll
impressive.
kill you.
Talking
Stranger.
mad shit for someone in barrel range.
He ate his
worth a
Wheaties.
shot.
Stranger, he
Stranger,
ate his
it's your
Wheaties.
turn.
Yep. I will strike. No, that would have been a really good time for 20.
So I'm gonna say also, Squib, that you don't have to unprone because you're underwater, but you will have to grab your weapon.
I'm going to use a hero point to reroll it.
Yeah, go for it.
Hey!
That is a good use of a hero point into a natural
Yes.
20. The natural 20 critical hit. All right, and takes 42 damage and has to make a fortitude save as your weapon cracks in. It's fine.
That's okay.
It's not slowed.
What would you say half of the struck creature's level would be?
If I had to, I would maybe say it was 6.
Okay, just asking. No reason.
Yeah, just in case.
And I will continue to siphon its vitality into myself and my compatriots. So I will gain 21 hit points, and I will restore 20 hit points. Swoop.
You're getting slurped now, little guy.
Move Spark to Scar the Survivor. And oh, that's not my whole turn there. I have another action. Wow. What should I do with it? I'll reserve it.
Okay. And at the end of your turn, it is going to go ahead and retract into some of the wreckage as Jeremy seems to take cover. All right, Sieg, your turn.
Or is it not?
I see no reason to stop now. Modify shoot.
All right. What was that, Stranger? Sorry?
I was expecting it to gain cover after that.
It doesn't have an effect, but it does gain something.
I will re-roll.
Go for it. 27 does not hit. All right, and because of the extra debris around it, your strike does not hit.
Show me the 20. That's not it.
Unfortunately, that is a critical miss. All right, Squib, it's your turn.
Squib will retrieve his gun. He will attempt the combo once more.
All right, as you prepare to strike, they will react, and out from all of this debris comes the big claw.
Not the big claw.
Oh no.
No, the big.
That is a critical hit.
Hit.
There's a 40 to hit, and you take 62 damage.
Jesus.
Buh.
You can continue with your combo.
I'm returning the favor, okay?
And
Nah.
your attack lands on some of the debris it's using as a shield. And it turns and looks at everyone very expectantly. And Jeremy says,
Ha! The best Lapisean warriors are known for their shield walls.
I'm known for being stubborn.
Yeah.
all right, and you land a 20, and even though that would not beat the AC, that's still a hit.
Love it.
And even though that is a critical hit, it's still enfeebled and
It's
clumsy.
It's not.
Not critical.
Oh,
It's not a critical, but it still gets the critical specialization, I believe, if you get that. Because it's showing the critical specialization.
That's just because he rolled crit damage.
Oh, did you roll?
Oh, whoops.
Oh.
That's
Undo
a
it.
regular hit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a regular hit, not critical. Sorry. I thought that was
I'll roll
regular
regular.
damage. Thank you for the catch.
you roll a 20, but it's still 10 under. It's just a regular hit.
I rolled better with my regular damage. How about that?
Oh
Yes.
my god.
It actually was more damage, so yes.
Incredible.
Alright. Is that the end of your turn, or?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, Squib. You see energy
Jeremy.
crackling from Jeremy, and he rears back looking like he's about to begin casting a spell.
Then I'll
What the
No,
fuck?
you cannot react to this.
break.
Hold on, just give me a second. 1 second, please.
What do I roll to accept my death?
Why does the crab have magic? Ah.
Foundry's locking up. I'm sorry. I'll be with you in a second.
Why wouldn't the crab have magic? Ask yourself that.
You know, that's fair. Maybe Lobby has magic.
Bring out the dancing lobsters.
Crab wizard.
Mhm.
Unironically true.
Wizard.
All right. And as so, you watch a big puff. And Jeremy is no longer the giant crab in front of you. And you see a small crab replaced. And it kind of blinks at you all. And goes, almost like trying to communicate, but it's waving its claws at you. And that's
that-
the end of combat.
Jeremy?
What? What the hell? Come here. I heal you.
And just kind of swims around in the front. You know, what's Marty's front yard?
Huh. Well, I'm gonna go retrieve Lobby.
Stop running away.
I've got my eye on this crab.
Get
We
Lobby,
need to get
come back.
Lobby. I'll fix your wounds while we get Lobby.
And Jeremy seems to swim over to Marty. And gently seems to nestle him awake. And Marty kind of looks over at Jeremy as like, man, I'd like the weirdest dream, you know?
The real Jeremy doesn't want to hurt Marty.
You don't deal damage on hustling that away.
I'm just hero pointing it, so.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Stranger's still squinting at Jeremy, just like, hmm.
Oof, still a failure. What the fuck? Oh.
Anyway, glad to be home. Y'all can come in. I'm really sore for something. I'm sorry. Did I pass out? I've not been sleeping well lately.
This is hard to do underwater, Squib. I'll fix you up when we get dry.
That's okay.
And he goes ahead and opens the front door to his house, and you can come inside.
As Sapphire walks by, I want to kind of wave her over.
Sapphire, can you carry the lobster with you? Because I, for some reason, still can't.
Yeah.
Of course, of course.
I'll bring Lobby with you.
Could I trouble you to detect magic?
Yeah,
That was very strange.
yeah, I agree. Pardon.
Okay. So you pinpoint in somewhere inside the house you can't see from here, but there is something that is giving you a specific location.
Sapphire's basically going to
Yeah.
keep pinging it and following it. Try to figure out where it might be.
It's inside.
Oh, yeah, I mean, she's going to go inside.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't assigned a rank or level to this, so I'll say it's notably above yours.
Yeah, that's valid. Coming from Jeremy? Like,
So Jeremy walks over and picks up a little, looks like almost like a little radio, and seems to hold it with his two claws, and you hear a voice come out. It says, "Hello, sorry for the trouble and inconvenience. I retrieved something from a wreckage, and it drove me mad. Thank you for saving me."
can you take us to this wreckage? Not right now. We need to rest a little. But tomorrow?
Yes. Power inert, but here, you can look at the thing. Wait, do you want to see the thing or scary?
No, show us the...
Okay, Marty told me to check it out, so, you know. And he goes, Jeremy, you find something weird in that? I mean, not every day you see a cruiser dunk under the water.
Wait, a cruiser?
Yeah, some sort of, ship, re-entered orbit and seemed to crash down a little outside of Lapicia, so, you know, I ain't gonna miss a chance for some good wreckage and salvage.
Sounds like you got a little more
Kind
than you
of.
could chew.
Cruiser.
I don't know, I didn't get a good look at it.
See, is your friend a dumpster diver?
We do not talk about this.
And Marty he crosses his arms and goes, that's right, we don't talk about this. And also, I hit much better targets than dumpsters. Thank you.
Like cruisers, apparently.
Yeah. And so Jeremy goes and produces, it basically looks like an energy cell, but it's very alien. At a glance, it doesn't seem like anything that you've maybe seen in your own ship.
See, you're good with electronics. Can you make anything out of this?
I'd like to go and examine the item.
Yeah. So we'll say you can maybe take 10 minutes to look at it. I will accept religion, arcane, tech lore, maybe piloting. All right, tech lore. So what you can determine by looking at this is it is indeed a power cell. It seems like it is a mostly complete item, but it is meant to be networked with a bunch of items to create a larger power source. Basically a battery. But it is one intended to be in a matrix of others. It's not anything you've directly seen before. What's actually powering it is not immediately clear. However, it does remind you of the living missiles, some of the interior bits that clawed, burrowed into your ship.
Sapphire's healing up Squidball. Oh my god. Just can't roll fucking medicine checks today.
Sapphire's pretty shaken up. Just
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
got watch Squib get turned into goblin mush.
Okay,
Siegel
try
turned
again in
to
10
Marty. Were there more of these?
He just shakes his head and goes, just the one cruiser, man. Like I said, I'm just trying to make a living here. I didn't expect anything to happen to Jeremy.
Could I examine Jeremy for any after effects?
Are you a veterinarian? Please examine me. I'm scared. And walks over to you.
After a fashion.
If you want a friend, lobby here can keep you company.
Can I attempt medicine for this?
Yeah.
Open or closed?
Close. It's like a knowledge check, I think, in this case.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like whatever magic has affected Jeremy has been siphoned out and seems to be inert. It seems like a regular crab now. Regular, normal, giant-sized crab.
Yeah, miniature giant crab.
It's like Jeremy, but like chill now.
You should be fine from now on.
Thank
and
you.
I'm
You
gonna,
tell him to chill out.
I'm gonna go help Sapphire with medicine on Squid.
Cuts to
Doing her
her.
best.
Do
trying
I
to put
owe you a
Band-Aid on
bill?
me.
No, of course not.
No, you're not a duck.
I see. Did Marty pay you for whatever he's hiring for yet? Marty goes, shut up!
No,
As a
of course
matter
not.
Fact, no.
Marty, You have to pay them. Marty, you have to pay them or they'll rob you in the night. Marty. And he's just like, oh, Christ, this guy has one hell of a sense of justice and all right. I mean, I was gonna pay you, you know.
Your friend Jeremy is quite the comedian.
Now that he's not smashing us, he's great.
Yeah, I like him a lot better when he's not killing me.
Okay.
It's like he's chill now.
It is.
So because of the way I'm gonna have to do this, I will have to put 4 piles of credits, and each of you can take one. Because Dr. Dana Crusher has an assigned character, so if I do split, it will split to her, and I have her on a separate starting level.
Free money. Infinite money glitch.
Infinite money glitch where you all get less.
Yeah.
I'll put them by your character so you don't get mixed up of who's whose. So you can just take all from there.
Looks like it still wants to split it.
Take the currency and drag it onto your character sheet.
It's just moving the.
Oh, whoops.
Okay, let me try this. See if I can do this as a GM.
I think I can just do take.
Oh, I see. I was confused.
There we
I
go.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I fixed it for that. Does anyone else need help with theirs?
Okay, I'm fixing it.
No. You should have the rest of that sapphire. You all get 14,250 credits.
Yeah, that's what I meant by it was still splitting.
Yeah, that's all that was in each one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, it was 14.
Okay. It only allows us to take 1/5 of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Please stand by while I manually fix this.
Holding.
Okay, sapphire, you should have an extra 11,400. I can manually put it on your sheet, so I'll fix strangers real quick. That's interesting that it doesn't let you take the rest.
I just manually put it on mine.
Okay, I fixed strangers.
Forced sharing.
It's okay. This will be fixed next week.
I'm not too
And I'll move all of Squib's onto lobby instead. I think that's what Squib would want.
Pay the lobster. Pay the lobster.
All right, but I each get paid 14,250 credits. But Marty goes, yeah, I guess Toplin and whatever's going on, it's not cheap. Marty goes, you are not going to pay them. I believe you. I don't believe you.
Where did you get 60,000 credits?
Salvage?
Legal salvage?
I mean,
Could not have asked that.
yeah? Hey, everything I'm running here is above deck. And he goes over to, like, the other side. And he pulls off a framed, like, a frame off the wall. And he walks around over to Squib. And he bends down and goes, here, state certified salvage operator. Suck it.
I didn't doubt you. I was just curious.
Yeah, uh-huh. And he goes and puts it back up, and he takes a second to, like, adjust it, and it kind of, like, tilts to one side, and he goes over and, like, adjusts the other side, and it tilts back. Shit. Alright. And Jeremy says, sorry for Marty. He's kind of a hack.
Damn.
It's okay. I'm used to working with hacks.
Roommates.
I thought you said you liked your roommate.
I do, but I mean, he's not. Maybe we better talk later, buddy. Okay. Alright. So if you all want to rest, there is a little pool over here, basically, that leads down to, you swim down into that, and it'll lead down into a basement level, and then there is a lever inside that will drain the water from there and create a area with breathable air.
Good. I'm gonna go down to the unflooded basement now.
Same.
Well, have a good night.
You think sleeping will rearrange my bones?
Yeah, I'll
Maybe.
try to fix you up.
Come on, Swift. Let's go get you fixed.
And
Thank
Marty
you.
pulls out a like a sofa bed, up here with this water for Sieg. Is this gonna do?
That should be sufficient.
Theater of the mind, a bed here. All right. Well, I'm gonna turn in for the night. I'll see you all tomorrow. He kind of disappears into the other room.
Jeremy, can Lobby hang out with you?
I will watch over Lobby. I will
Thank you,
protect
thank you.
Lobby under all circumstances and costs. Life for Lobby.
You are
I
truly
do not
a
anticipate
champion.
this scenario.
Would you turn large and evil again for Lobby?
Though that was pretty traumatic.
Okay, good.
Oh,
Glad we're on
yeah.
the same page.
I refuse to be used for evil schemes and the ends of ne'er-do-wells once again.
That's right, Jeremy.
I would simply flee.
You tell him.
Have your life by the pincers, bud.
I win.
Alright, and you can all go ahead and take a rest.
Okay, we can get Squib healed up, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Woo.
Take as much time as you need to, make medicine checks on Squib, and you have overnight, so you can definitely do it.
Start doing assurance checks now instead of here.
Oh, I do want to change my prepared spells. We're gonna do that real quick.
I will try and come up with a nice city map next time for Lapicia. But for now, we just have Theater of the Mind.
I hope it has lots of water.
I mean, I'm perfectly happy to clap my hands and believe.
Is
You've
there
given
anything...
us the greatest gift. Lobster.
Yes. Is there anything that anyone wants to do while you're in town, or it sounds like the party wants to head out and check out this wreckage?
I have all this money. Spend it again.
All this money in a shopping terminal?
Mm-hmm. We're in
Water everywhere.
we're near Lapicia, right?
Yeah, you're near Lapicia. You can go into town and shop, no problem.
Grim's gonna agree. What happened to Jeremy is a little fish. I don't know if I can say that. It's a little awkward and weird, so we should probably check out that, huh? I don't believe in coincidences, except for
Okay.
things that are.
You might say it's a little weird to say it's a little fishy, but we say things are a little squirrely. So if
Yeah,
you think
and-
about it, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, and there's lots of squirrels.
I
I hear, but in general.
What would a goblin-y situation be?
Probably it's like if you think about turbulence in a aircraft, and that's goblin-y.
Mhm.
So Sapphire, would it affect your shopping decisions if you could buy up to level 10 items?
Probably. Mostly just looking at items. I'm not actually thinking of buying anything right this second.
Okay. Because we are going to level up to 10 at the end of the session.
Alright.
Wow. Look at level 10 items.
And
Yeah,
we're
may as
getting
well
close-
wait until between.
Yeah, and we are getting close to that time because I'm going to have a small narrative stopping point so that we can properly introduce Dr. Danacrush's character next week.
Yeah.
That's good.
So if there's anything else people want to do, ask Marty questions or talk to Jeremy.
I think we're going to that cruiser next. That's
Mhm.
on our mind.
Always thinking about them cruisers.
Well, as much as we want to do for our remaining time, we could do that.
Group is ready to go and follow whoever's got stuff they're doing. So I'm ready. I'm set.
Yeah, if there's no town business, otherwise we can end session there.
Okay.
We'll end a little early this week, and we will pick up next week. And so you all level up to level 10. And we will introduce a mysterious new character.
Could be anybody.
So mysterious.
Hope it's another crab.
Who could say, really?
I mean, it could be.
Alright, I'll be right back.
3 crabs stacked on top of each other.
My webcam is not showing up. Sorry, one second while I... That's odd. What could be using my webcam? Fascinating week for technical issues. Hello everyone, one moment while I deal with technical difficulties. There we go. Alright, thank you all for watching Aurousa Volume 1. Aurousa Volume 1 is a production of myself, Elysian, produced under the Paizo Community Use Policy. Aurousa Volume 1 uses trademarks and or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's Community Use Policy, which can be found on Paizo's website. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. This show is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. The original characters are the property of their respective players. We will resume next week on the 8th for our next session at 6 p.m., April 8th of 2026. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you then.